of discussion where it's appalling to say that Delta State, South Nigeria, is fast becoming a killing field for security agents. Now, the bereaved families and friends of some of the police officers who were ambushed and killed while investigating the disappearance of 3 colleagues in the state have demanded justice for their loved ones. Amidst the heartbreak shared by the families on various social media platforms, some relatives and protesters criticized the Nigerian police for delaying the disclosure of the incident to the public and the affected families. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has mandated the deployment of resources and personnel to arrest those responsible for the senseless killing of the officers. BK, when I first saw the story, I was particularly concerned about it not being told about several weeks. That's what the families are alleging, that it took about several weeks before they get to hear about such incident. But what do you make of this development, knowing that police officers were killed and families didn't get to know until weeks later?
Well, maybe you are trying to confirm. Even in the army, they don't announce immediately. They take their time. That's why they always discourage us on reporting, putting pictures of the dead servicemen when they had not officially contacted their families. You know, it's painful, but we should be more concerned about ensuring that we deal with the non-state actors who think that they can just kill our security men
and get away with it.
That is more important than the argument over whether they should have
informed the
family on time and all that. It's painful to lose that number of policemen, and the effrontery with which these non-state actors operate is a matter of serious concern. Look at what happened in
Okoma community.
Yes. You wasted soldiers on the suspicion that, they came to stop, to support a particular group of bunkers against another. You know, we got to get to the root of this, and I trust the police. As the police have said they will find these killers, I'm confident that they will find them and bring them to justice. You saw what happened in Rivers. The guy who killed a DPO and even mutilated his body and was circulating videos. They got him now. In the end, they got him.
Ultimately.
He has gone to meet his maker now. You know? They were looking for him. We all thought that they would not get him, but they got him. And the boys around him, they first got the boys around him. So I trust the police that they will find the killers of this guy. You can't be murdering our security people in this manner. It makes no sense.
GKB, what do you think is responsible for this continued attacks on police officers and their formations? Is it a case of the security personnel themselves not being, let's say, guarded or well protected? What do you think is responsible?
2 things, really. One is the fact that it is obvious that a lot of non-state actors have access to some of the best weapons money can buy. That serves the threats. Number 2 is the fact that the security personnel themselves have become immersed in what they call either local politics or local economic activities, that they now become guns for hire. But being that as it may, throughout the world, you do not kill policemen. Because there are some people they call minor criminals, and they have informants. Police normally will leave them alone to steal watches, do all that, basically to make sure they have people inside. But once you kill a policeman, they will get you. Doesn't matter how long. The police are like the elephants. They never forget. They will take their time. They will get your girlfriends. They will get the hotels you use. They will get your subordinates. Ultimately, they will get you. For that, I'm certain. I know a case when I was in Rivers, and There's an anti-robbery squad led by the now Commissioner of Police Rivers, Tunji Disu. The man did some nasty things, and he thought he had escaped. But the anti-robbery squad chased him all the way back to Owo from Port Harcourt, where he was abandoned. And they got him almost 48 months later. The same Tunji Disu that now went back there now as CP. So what the police has made up their mind
to find,
they will get you. So I'm not really bothered. I want the family, I feel for them. Their boys have not died in vain. The police are very, and the army, they are very protective of their personnel. Because that's the only thing they have. They have only one life. And they willingly are ready to give it. That's why they join the police. That's why they join the armed forces. They know this may happen. But if it happens in the course of duty, why not? But these are people, not state actors, killing our soldiers, killing our policemen, not for anything, just for the fun of it. And that, of course, must stop. So I agree with the IGP. This must not go undetected. Right. They will get them. Don't be surprised. It may even be sooner than later.
BK, any final thoughts you'd like to bring on this before we move on to the next issue?
Yeah, then the issue of insurance and payment of compensation, payment of the entitlements to the families. This usually takes so much time, and what it does is it worsens the situation for the family of the departed policemen. Yeah. So government needs to work harder on that, improve the welfare of the police. I don't think there's any day that they don't kill maybe up to 5 or 6 policemen in different parts of our country. We need to sort out the welfare of the police and ensure that when we lose them, their families are taken care of, so that the pain of losing their loved one will not be overpowering on the family. We need to do something about that, right. Especially in the area of insurance, so that even the person struggling to keep us alive, to keep us safe, knows that when he dies, he will not have died in vain.
All right, let's quickly move on to our next issue of discussion, where this is not the best of time for the Labour Party as it strives to build on the momentum it gathered during the 2023 elections. In the face of its conflict with the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, the Labour Party has changed the venue for its proposed national convention to Nnewi, Anambra State, over fear of disruption. In a letter signed by the National Chairman, Julius Abure, the National Secretary, Umar Ibrahim, the party informed the Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, of the new venue. Well, this is the second time the party has changed the venue of the convention slated for the 27th of March. Let's bring you the report.
The conflict between the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Labour Party reached boiling point last week. The situation escalated when members of NLC stormed the party secretariat in Abuja. The NLC members accused the Labour Party National Chairman, Julius Abure, of running the party like a mafia organization. As a result, the NLC passed a vote of no confidence on the leadership of the party and called Abure's resignation.
Nigerian workers formed this party with the vision to build a party that will work to develop our society.
The war of attrition between Abure and the NLC president, Joe Ajero, is seen by some political watchers as a threat to the future of the Labour Party.
There are great lessons to be learned.
Trouble started for Abure after the 2023 general election, when some party members under the leadership of Lamidi Apapa and Abayomi Arabambi accused him of mismanaging the party's funds.
We are concerned that the fund intended for...
A series of court cases followed, but the leadership of Abure, was upheld by the Court of Appeal.
All the claims of those factions or those individuals who were challenging the chairmanship position being occupied by Julius Abure, they possessed or they did not possess the virus to even institute the action.
BK, they will say there is trouble in Jerusalem with what is happening in the Labour Party. The too many
in Gaza. No, this
too many
is
cracks.
This is the second time that they will change their venue. Venue for the convention slated for March 27. They had earlier scheduled it for March 29 in Benin. They changed the venue from Benin to Umuahia. And then Onewi. The fear of disruption, especially by the obedience, if the convention was held in Abuja, was the reason for the shift, you know. But they are now saying that, obedience wanted to happen in Anambra to honor Peter Obi. But Labour Party has to really watch it, rate at which they are going, because I trust the Nigerian big parties. Once they are tearing themselves apart, they will move in
To other
and
parties.
they will poach some of the big wigs there, and the future of the party will be in jeopardy. They want, the two groups are struggling for control. Ajero wants to take control of the party, you know. He believes that Abure and others are opportunists who just came to take over a party that Labour started. But it's the name of the game. Once you set up a party and you hand over the constitution to INEC, anybody can join. They don't have to be members of NLC. Anybody can join. And if you must remove him, you must follow the constitution. I may not like Abure as a person. I'm not impressed by him. But the law is the law. You can't go around picketing Labour Party offices as a means of chasing him out of office. That's not what the law says.
Right.
You must follow the law. You know, so we are watching to see how things pan out, especially their convention. Many people will be interested seeing how they sort themselves out. Maybe it will be disrupted because the convention will certainly, depending on what transpired,
Or maybe
the convention may validate one of the groups and give it more years.
Something must give.
So we are watching.
Indeed, we're watching. GKB, what are your thoughts and how do you think this could end or how this matter could be resolved?
Well, it's not the first time Labour will be going through this crisis. Don't forget, there was this fellow that held Labour Party by the jugular for so many years until he was chased out and he started his own party by putting Z in front of Labour Party.
Zenith Labour Party.
So it's not really new. And I expect that something like this will also happen now. Because somebody must lose. Both of them have gone beyond broke. And so whoever loses may just put Y in front of his own Labour Party. And then we move on. About the Labour Party as envisaged by the founding fathers, will probably outlive Ajero and outlive Tiburi.
So you're optimistic?
I'm optimistic about the party.
Right.
Not the usage of the party right now. Because like you know, a lot of people are coming in for obvious reasons. But once the vehicle no longer moves the way they expected, they will look for another vehicle and leave this particular car.
Someone told me that there is also battle for supremacy between Peter Obi and the governor of Abia State.
To control the party.
In terms of who is really the leader.
Popular.
That has to be the elected leader. Whoever is the governor
is occupying the highest position.
Elected position. That's the leader of the party. Cycle, no. It's a given. Because he's the one with the resources. Because he can give shishi.
That person says he doesn't give shishi. That one, we have to confirm that one to know whether it is actually.
So as leader of the party, he must give shishi.
He must give shishi. But Vicky, if you were to give your own 2 cents, like they normally say, how do you think Labour Party can resolve this issue internally before it goes out of hand?
I think they've gone too far. And the goals of both contending camps are clear. Ajero's goal is clear. They are not interested in making peace with Abure. They believe Abure is tainted, he has court cases here and there, forgery. They are now saying, look, he is corrupt, he should go. And Abure, having said all of that, Ajero wants to use the party for his 2027 ambition, he wants to be governor of Imo State, all of those things, when you say those things in public, it makes a resolution of crisis difficult.
Right.
That's why even when there is crisis, you have to choose your words. There are certain things that you don't say. When you don't say certain things, you are leaving room for a resolution. But if you go for broke, you start saying all kinds of things, it makes a resolution more difficult because every time you remember that, did he not call me a thief? Did he not say I stole 3.5 billion? So all of those things, I see a big battle ahead.
Right.
Yeah, for the soul, for the control
Of Labour Party.
Of Labour Party, yes.
All right, let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for bringing your insights to bear on the program. Babajide Kolade of Titoju, it's a pleasure. And Gani Kayode Balogun, thank you so much for your time on the show.